welcome back. This is still Y in the Morning, and we are excited that you have chosen to start your morning with us. As promised earlier, we're going to have a great conversation today, and this is the first conversation of the day. We want to talk about a matter that concerns you. Many times, we find ourselves in a place where we're not sure what we are doing. You're not sure about your identity, especially when it comes to your professional development, your career. You're not sure, am I really meant for this? Is this what people want? Is this what I want? And that's why we're talking about identity crisis today. And for this particular topic, we have been joined by an expert. He has been here before. This is Gamaliel Gerishom. He is a leadership and productivity consultant and trainer at Permanent Success Consultancy, and he'll tell us more about what he does. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for having me.
Great to have you again. I know last time you were having a conversation with Sakwa on branding and all, but today we want to look at identity crisis.
Yeah.
So thank you for honoring the invite.
Welcome.
All right. So for the people who do not know you, meeting you for the first time, tell us or help us understand what you do, as a leadership and productivity consultant and trainer.
Yeah, as you have rightfully said, let me first start by thanking you guys for having me. It's a very wonderful discussion to have. And as you said, yes, I am a leadership and productivity coach and trainer. This I've been doing for the past 6 to 7 years currently, with an inspiration, because we understand that everything rises and falls on leadership. Many challenges that we do have in our country, in our institutions, in our communities, in our families, is because of leadership. And because it's a matter that really needs attention, I saw an urge or an interest into it. Of course, I've been a leader myself, and looking at how things are run, I saw there is something which I can offer to the world. And definitely I started a long time ago, even when I was a student, going to high school, talking to students about the same, mentoring them, inspiring them, and then here I am today, coaching and being a consultant even for big institutions, leaders of this country, of companies, and so on and so forth. And I'm happy of the impact that I have made over the years, because I can see people being transformed with the insights that I have. Okay. Yes.
So I'm curious, for leadership, I know, you can train someone to be a leader, and as we're told, anyone is a leader, everyone can be a leader. There are those born and there are those, who are trained to be leaders. But now when it comes to productivity, how is it that you train people around productivity?
It is not always about the skill. It is not always about the paper. It is not always about your qualification. It's about your soft skills. Many people are qualified with PhDs, but they are not productive. So there are so many aspects that qualifies you to be very productive in what you do. Number one is your mindset. What do you think about what you're doing? Because you could have qualified academically, but your mindset is very wrong. So it doesn't matter about that paper. Yes, it matters, it's important, but unless you know where you're standing with your attitude, because even the Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. When you look at other soft skills like teamwork and collaboration, effective communication, the fact that you have words to speak does not mean you know how to say it. And those are the few segments of what will make you more productive. Time management. People do not know how to manage their time when it comes to work. People do not know how to work in a community. You need me, I need you as well. I am not strong by myself. I'll be stronger if I'm going to work closely with you. So those are the aspects that can make you more productive at work, which I consider very important. Those soft skills. The other day I was telling someone, you could be very brilliant, but unless you know how to communicate your brilliance, you just go to waste.
Wow.
Yes.
So unless you know how to communicate it, it's a waste. So
yes.
The soft skills are very important.
Very important. And one other thing that I almost forgot to mention is the environment is very important.
Okay.
You could be the right seed, but as long as you are in the wrong environment, you will never be productive. And here is where now identity comes in. Because you find people who have skills, who have the right mindset, they know how to manage themselves, even maybe they know how to communicate, but they are in a wrong environment, they are in a wrong space. So there is that struggle between the pressure that is coming from outside and what is coming from within them. So when they fight, you always find yourself in a situation where you really don't know what to do. So it's important as well to understand, where am I and what am I doing? Because it could hinder you from becoming productive. Because imagine you trying to live out of water, yet you are a fish. No matter how intelligent you are, you will really struggle. With
all through your life, you will just be struggling.
You will just be struggling. Because yes, you have the right attitude, you have the right qualifications, you have the soft skills, but being in a wrong environment makes you to really struggle. And I'll use my own example. Myself, I graduated as a teacher. It was not a bad thing for me to do. But professionally, I have worked in the banking space, and I resigned as a manager. Why?
Wow. Why?
Because people look at it as an aspect of getting money, but money is not the ultimate thing. At the end of the day, and we are going to discuss about it, you will discover that money is not everything that people need. When you look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, at the top we have self-actualization. Because you realize many people are in wrong environments, trying to push things that should be following them. You are trying to chase the wind, you're trying to chase money. Money is attracted, is not chased the way many people do. So the environment is very important for you to be very productive.
Okay.
Yes.
And I believe that's what you've just said ushers us into now our topic of the day, identity crisis. So what is identity crisis for someone who's hearing this and wondering, you know, it could mean a lot of things, but how would you define identity crisis?
Well, identity crisis is a state of confusion. You literally do not know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're living for. So many voices coming to you. You literally think, I want to go this direction. Another person says this direction. Another person says this direction. So you find yourself in a state of confusion. And that state of confusion starts from you.
It starts from you.
It starts from you. Because you as an individual, you have authority to decide what comes in you and what comes out of you. But the moment you do not have self-defense on yourself to sieve what you can consume, then there are so many voices out here. I'll give a good example. People talk about marriage every day. On radio, on TV, on social media, and many places. But there is somebody who will tell you marriage is a scam. Another person will tell you marriage is sweet. Another person will tell you marriage is about endurance. Another person will tell you it's not a must to get married. So you see, all of those voices can easily confuse you because everybody is talking. There are those who talk sense and there are those who talk nonsense. That's why I started by mentioning the environment. And the environment includes the people who are around you, the people who speak into you, because they can as well cause that confusion. So when you look at an individual, there are certain things that really matter. Apart from the values, apart from the personality, that identity really matters. The identity means you know who you are, you know where you are going, and you know how you're getting there. So it doesn't matter the voices that are going to come in. Because I can tell you, I have coached, mentored, even leaders. If I mention some of them, you'll be shocked like this person does not know himself or herself. But they are doing very well, but they are struggling because of that confusion. So
what you're saying is someone might be even at the height of their career, but they're still struggling with their identity.
Exactly.
Really?
Yes. When I was writing my first book, I interviewed two people. The richest person I knew and the poorest person I knew. And the richest person, because of my definition, that time I was in the university, I went to him and I told him, you look very successful. By that time, he was driving a Range Rover. That is back then in 2016. Driving a Range Rover by that time shows that you have a very huge, yes, a very huge business, or if you're employed, you are on top of your career. And then he looked at me and then he told me, young man, you are very wrong. You don't know the meaning of success. He told me, come into my car. I went in, of course, afraid. I've never been into a Range Rover before. I got in, leather seats, everything is amazing.
This is the life. This
Yes,
is a dream.
this is the life I want. This is a dream, and that's the dream that many people want.
Absolutely.
And that's how people have defined wrongly success. I got into the car and he told me, young man, listen to me. I admire your life. As poor as I was, quote unquote, a university student, I may not have had the right direction for my life, but he admired my life. Why? He showed me a very beautiful picture. Out of my curiosity, I said, wow, you have a very beautiful wife and a very beautiful family. Then he told me, young man, do you know how many times I've wanted to sleep in this car or in hotels and never wanted to go home?
Oh.
I have all the money I need to do anything, to buy anything I want, but I'm never happy. That's why when you read this book, and we're going to talk about it briefly, there is somewhere the author says, there is no any amount of money
that can buy
peace for a restless soul.
Oof, that's deep. No amount of money can buy peace for a restless soul.
Yes, no amount of money.
Wow, that's something.
So that defines where people are. Because the definition of success has been quoted to be material things.
And it shouldn't be so.
It is not. I can guarantee you 100% it is not. I am the happiest man on earth currently.
Okay.
When you look at me,
So,
you may think I do not what means to be successful, but deep down I know who I am. I know what I'm living for, and that is what I need. When you look at many people, Stephanie, how many ladies, both beautiful and those who are not beautiful, both learned and those who are not learned, those with opportunities and those without opportunities, how many of those ladies have thrown their dignity because of money?
Many.
Many ladies have opened all the gates into their lives just because someone told them, for you to look successful, you must have money. So they do everything and anything to ensure they get the money. Look at many young people who have been brought up with parents who only had assumptions. Go to school, get a good grade, get a good job, and retire in peace. People celebrated good grades, not a bad thing. People celebrated being a doctor. I'll give you a story, Stephanie. In 2018, I attended a graduation for one of my friends. He graduated as a doctor. We traveled all the way to Kakamega to celebrate because he's a good buddy of mine. Then he told me, Gamaliel, I am not sure if I am going to really enjoy what my parents have planned. The parents called all the villagers. It was a full ceremony. We were celebrated from the gate. They came, picked us with drums. We were dancing, but this young man was not dancing. The parents came, they were very proud of him. They told, now we have a doctor in our family. It has been our greatest dream to have a doctor in our family. Everybody celebrated.
Yeah.
But guess what? When it was his time to speak, he cried tears.
Wow.
And he told his parents, Dad and Mom, I do not know who is graduating.
Me or you?
I don't know who is graduating. This is not what I wanted to do.
Wow.
And here is where many parents have pushed their children to. Because you wanted to be a doctor and you did not become a doctor, you want your child to be a doctor.
So you fulfill the dream that you never could.
So many people currently are fulfilling dreams that are not theirs. So they are stuck. They are stagnated because other people are happy and yet they are not happy.
Right.
That's why I always tell parents, before you enforce your own dreams to your children, think like a coach. Think like someone who not only is selfish, but wants the best for that child. Because you could be limiting their abilities by your own ignorance.
Right.
And that is where many people are. So when I'm speaking about young ladies, when I'm speaking about young men, they are now being called tomboys. I don't know. They're looking for sugar mummies and all of those things.
Ben 10.
Yes, the Ben 10s. You know, it's a confused world. Look at our crime system, for example. I don't know even if it's a system. Do you know the largest economy in the world is crime?
Unfortunately.
The biggest budget in
crime.
every government is on crime. What does that tell you? Do you think that God created a certain specific of people to be thieves, to be killers.
So these are people that do not know themselves.
Yes,
they do not
identity crisis.
Identity crisis is a big problem. Wow.
Even in our nation today, why do you think people are demonstrating? Many people are finding solutions in places where they're not supposed to be finding solutions. But I know we are going to get there as we continue.
Yes, and I want to ask you, now that you've said, what is the true meaning of success then? Because people have defined success as, how the society has prescribed, or the societal standards. You get good grades, you go to a nice university, study to be, to get a white-collar job, be a banker, a doctor, lawyer, something, and get yourself a family. So when you're 30 and you're not married, people are wondering what is happening with your life, So get married and then retire, die. So that is the, and drive a good car, have a good house. So that is the basic understanding of success. But you've said that's not the case, one of the richest people you interviewed at that time, or while you're still in university, said that he has everything, but he's not satisfied. He's not enjoying his life. So what is success then?
Success is knowing who you are, what you're living for, and fulfilling it.
Knowing who you are, what
you're living for, and fulfilling it.
So basically what you're saying is success is knowing your purpose and living it out.
Simple.
Okay.
Simple. It is as simple as that.
So once you get that, then you have your identity right.
Correct. I didn't tell you about the other guy I interviewed.
The poor guy.
Yes. Okay, I don't know if I should call him poor, because according to his definition, he's not poor.
All right.
When you go to Kenyatta University, you'll find, I hope he's still there. He's a very slim guy selling newspapers. After I interviewed that guy, it pardoned me. And I went to ask him, how are you, sir? He said, I'm good. Can I buy you tea? Like, wow, I have money to buy myself tea. Then I asked him, are you happy with what you're doing? Like, this is all I wanted to do. Another person will define him as a failure, as a desperate person, not knowing what he should fight for in this life. I want to ask you, Stephanie, how many people, based on the definition of success, have lost their lives chasing money? Because now success has been defined through money. Like, the more money you have, the more successful you become.
You are, yeah.
And yet that is not the thing. Because many people are now doing anything and everything to acquire money. Let me tell you something, and this one will shock you. The best people who are living the best lives, peaceful lives, fulfilled lives, is because they knew their purpose.
Okay.
And when you know your purpose, God is not a selfish person to tell you to do something and then he leaves you empty. It has never happened. As much as you know where you are going, you attract value. Because everything you need in your life is inside of you.
Okay.
Everything you need is inside of you. Let me give a very good metaphor. You see the phone you're using? Before it was brought to the market, the first thing that was brought, or the first idea, was the purpose of the phone. So the manufacturer had it at the back of his mind that I want a phone that can do this, and that.
In communication, so
yes.
they can do.
It's going to sort a specific need in the market, which the existing phones are not fixing.
Okay.
So before he brought it to the showroom, there are things that accompany that phone. There is a warranty and there is a guarantee. Are you following?
I'm following.
So when you look at the guarantee, they have explained everything this phone can do. It can take a picture, it can record a video, it can make a call, it can send an email, and many other functions. How did they know that your phone can store up to 512 GB? Unless they tried it and tested it. How did they know that that car in the showroom can go up to 180 kilometers per hour? It is not an assumption. They tried it and tested it. How did they know that this camera that they are using, it can record? Unless they tried it and tested it, it was an assumption. So they bring it to you because they have tried it and they have tested it.
All right.
That means it's not new. The confidence they have about their product is the same confidence God has about you.
All right. Okay.
So before he allowed you, in fact, the Bible says, I knew you before you were created in your mother's womb.
All right.
Where were you? There are certain things that God had to build inside of you that when you come, you do not loiter around. That is why God created Adam last and other things first.
Okay.
So that Adam does not come and look for things he needs.
So he had everything that he needed
Exactly.
when he was brought to earth.
The way I'm looking at you, the things you need are not going to come from outside. They are going to come from inside of you. But the moment you perceive yourself that everything you need you must chase, you have got it wrong.
Becomes a problem.
So it's important for us to understand that your success is not defined from the outside. Your success is defined from the inside. Your abilities, your strengths, your gifts, your passions. Those are the things that define you. Then after doing that, get yourself on track to fulfill them. Because many people as well, they know their purpose, but they're so much afraid to pursue them.
Okay.
They're so much afraid to follow them. Why? Because number one, there is pressure around them. There is somebody else who defines success based on money, as we have said. So as much as your purpose by then does not give you money, you consider yourself as a failure. You see, like for example, I have a friend of mine who is younger than me by 2 years. He's already driving a Mark X. I am not driving currently, but I know I'm going to drive before the end of this year. But if by then I could have concluded that I have to drive by then, I could have gone away or far away from what I'm supposed to do. And there's where many young people are. So there is societal pressure from friends, from family, from colleagues even at work. People resigning from just because of low pay. And yet that is where you're supposed to be. And then you look for greener pastures. Let me tell you, it's greener where you water it, not where you go.
Come again with that. It is greener where you water it.
It's greener where you water it.
That's right.
When you look at someone else, the best you can become is the second version of them, not their first version.
Okay.
So if you only think, if I want to be a news anchor like you are, and I want to imitate you day in, day out, the best I can be is your number two.
Okay.
That means number one, I have lost me.
Because I'm the original version.
I'll be fake. And here's where many people are. Even in jobs, like, I'll tell you another story. A manager friend of mine, one of the major banks, he has been there for 33 years. He told me I want these classes because I'm a failure.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
He showed me his payslip earning 859,000.
And he says he's a failure.
I am a failure. Success is not defined by money. It's fulfillment.
Okay, so that brings me to what you have already mentioned. You said it in passing, but I want you to come back. For someone to discover their purpose and their identity, by extension, because you've said knowing your purpose, now you find your identity. So you've said knowing the strengths, the abilities. What else did you say? And how do you bring this out? You mentioned strength, ability. What else? Passion.
Yes. That is for young people. But when you mature, you'll discover it's not about you. Okay, let me explain this way. So many people have come up with self-help books, podcasts, and many things to tell people how to know themselves. As much as it has helped many people to focus on themselves more than they focus on other people, but there is something deeper than that. There is nothing wrong you asking yourself, what can I do? I'm going to mention some of the questions that have been used to help people to know their purpose and their identity. But I don't want you to get it wrong. You could be so selfish by focusing. This thing, anything to do with identity is so critical. And a very small mistake, you miss it. So let me start by you. When you start focusing on yourself, what can I do? Okay, let me give you the 5 questions which you can ask yourself, first of all, to know you.
A guide.
Number 1, where are you coming from? That's a very important question. Where you are coming from is not, I come from Kitale. I don't come from Kitale.
So where are you
As well, I could have been born in Muranga or Mombasa. That's not my origin.
Yeah.
Where do you come from? Your origin is number 1. So you can answer that question for yourself. Number 2, why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why am I here?
That's question on purpose.
Yes. Why are you here? Were you just created to exist? To eat food and sleep?
Yeah. To go through the motions of life and die.
Yes, and die and we forget about you. Why are you here?
Okay.
The third question, what can I do?
All right.
Is a question of potential. Your skills, your talents, your passions, your gifts. Those are the things. What can you do?
What can you do?
Number 4, where are you going?
Right.
That's destiny.
Destiny.
Many people do not know. Have you ever met someone on the, how are you, friend? Unaenda wapi? I'm going nowhere.
Okay.
Niko tu.
You have to have a destination.
They do not have a destination. So you realize when you can answer these questions, at least it will help you to have an idea
Okay.
of why you are here. But deepest, let me ask you,
Question.
Stephanie, did you create yourself?
I didn't.
So why should you come with your own purpose?
You can't. You shouldn't.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
As much as there are self-help books, podcasts, whatever, to help you know yourself.
You have to go back to the creator
Correct, you got
to
it.
get to get the.
Let me give you an
original,
example. The manufacturer created this phone. Okay, we have already used an example of a phone. Let me use Vitz. And they told you when you went to buy that car that there are certain things this car can do and there are certain things this car cannot do. As much as we talk about believe in yourself, trust in yourself, you can do it. Can a Vitz go and climb a mountain?
It can't.
No matter how much it believes in itself. Because the ability has not been built in it to do what it wants to do. So you as a person, I'm not limiting you, however, but what I'm telling you, you never created yourself.
You need to go back.
The purpose was first developed before you came. So if you want to know who you are and what you're living for,
Go back.
to the Creator. In fact, the Bible says in the book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verses 1, it is in Christ that we find out who we are and what we are living for. Simple.
Absolutely.
It is as simple as that. There is somebody else, somebody Carson, he said, unless you assume a God, you will never have a meaningful life.
Oh. Unless you assume
A God, you will never have. Actually, he says, there is no meaning for life.
Oof.
Unless. So many people have been, grappling with this question of identity. Let me be very blank. Let me be very clear. Unapologetically. Unless you have a personal relationship with God, you will never know. Because he's the one who created you. Whether you are a Muslim, whether you are an atheist, whether you are a pagan, whether you are a Buddhist, wherever you are, you never created yourself. And your purpose comes from the person who created you. And if you do not know, I'll tell you, it is God the Almighty.
Oh, okay. That's a deep one, okay? So it is going back to your creator.
So that means...
Muulize, by the way, ni form ilikuwa gani? Ukinileta form
ilikuwa gani?
Exactly.
Because, let me tell you something, Stephanie. Many people have missed that aspect of life.
All right. That's true.
They have really missed it. They think they're here for themselves. And let me tell you, unless you know how to live for other people, you will never be as impactful as you need to. Okay. And for your information, God never created you for you. He
created you for?
He never created you for you.
So it's for other people?
Yes. You are a solution to a certain problem that someone has.
Good one.
So if you only focus on yourself, what you can do, what can make me happy, you are limiting as well yourself. That's why Miles Monroe says, the richest place on planet Earth is not in Runda. It is in that cemetery.
The grave, yeah.
Because there are books that have never been written, songs that were never written, sermons that were never preached, leaders that never rose, solutions that were never brought, problems that were never solved, because someone just limited himself or herself to himself. Do you know you are so your mind is so small.
You're like, what do I need to? It's just about me. Everything around me.
Now, let me help someone. If you focus on yourself, you are limiting yourself. Why? Because there is an experience you've had that tells you this how far you can go. Let's use an example. Someone who has been bought, I don't like using the word humble. I just call things the way they are, poor. There's nothing like humble background.
Okay.
You are either rich or poor.
All right.
So you could be limited with your identity based on where you are. And you will say, this is me. But I've always told people, you may have been you may have been born poor, but you've not been born to be poor.
Oh.
It matters how you also think and perceive things. You may have been brought up poor, but you've not been brought up to be poor. There are people who consider themselves parental accidents. But I always say you are not a divine accident, because God knew you were coming and he made sufficient provision for you. So if you define yourself based on you'll miss it. Because there are people who have decided to be single moms. They have said they'll never get into relations because of past experiences. And yet they're supposed to have families.
Okay.
They are leaders because they were opposed once. Their experience tells them leadership is difficult.
It's not for me.
It's not for me because it's uncomfortable. Then you leave it. There are people who have tried careers. They have failed the first time. They were fought politics in the corporate. And they said, this is not for me. Let me retire and just be a housewife. So that experience limits you. Okay. But the more you look into what God expects you to be, you do not limit yourself. Because there are certain things that drive people. There are people who are driven by envy. You do things because other people are doing it. You've seen your friend who has bought a new car. You also want to buy a new car. You're being driven by envy. So that means you can go out of your purpose because of envy. There are people who are driven by fear. There is somebody who cannot do anything because they fear to fail. I was one of those people. I never told my parents I was going to resign because I knew they would stop me.
Like upper sitter.
Yes. And you see, by that time, you are looking at where you're supposed to be, where you are, and you see a limit. You must be bold enough to face that fear and overcome it. There are people who have had bad experiences before. Let me speak to people who have been in toxic relationship. Do not allow your past to define your future. It limits you to some big extent. So if you can only imagine the next relationship you're going to be is going to be as toxic as the previous one, then you're not going to enjoy what God has in store for you.
Okay, you carry a trauma into the relationship.
Into the next thing. And you can see even in relationship, there is already an identity crisis.
Absolutely.
I always tell people, don't get into a relationship until you know who you are.
Wow, it's very important.
Because people think you will find yourself through another person. Who told you?
You can't.
That's why people fight. There are people who are driven by material things. The moment they wake up, it's not impact, it's money, cars, I don't know, houses, and all of those things. Money is everywhere. You can kill someone and get money. You can literally steal from the bank. We have seen money heist in movies. People stole, some became rich, but are they happy?
You're never at peace.
You're never at peace.
So, okay. There's a lot in that, and I have a lot of questions, but I don't want us to also miss out on this book. So maybe tell us, what is this book that you've carried about? The answer to everything.
Yes.
Sounds like something, yeah?
Yeah. I will show it to people who are watching. This book is written by my disciple. He's called, I call him Pastor Olubenga. I call him Benga sometimes. This book has really taught me many things. I used to believe I know matters to do questions life. But the moment I read this book, I discovered, and I recommend it especially to parents. Okay. Why? If you are a parent, you need this book. Because, let me tell you, Stephanie, if God could show judgment sometimes, there are so many parents who will be judged because of how they brought up their children. Oh. Selfishness, I have seen in some parents, is one thing. But the moment you read this, just I've mentioned one thing. I can just read you one thing the writer here says. He has said that we are a generation drowning in problems. We are more connected than ever, yet lonelier than before. We have more wealth than previous generation, yet the gap between the rich and poor continues to widen. We live in an age of rapid advancements, yet we remain deeply dissatisfied. The world, with all its knowledge, technology, and power, still cannot answer the questions that haunt the human heart. And he has mentioned the questions. Who am I? Okay. Why am I here? Where is justice? What is truth? Is there hope? And I have underlined one of the most thing which I've already mentioned to you. No amount of money can buy peace for a restless soul.
Oh, yeah, that's
so when you read this book, there are so many topics you can learn from bringing up people, mentoring people, coaching people, discipling people the way Jesus wants them to be, not the way you want to be.
Okay.
When you look, even their relationship answers here. The people who are in relationships and they do not know, even in marriages, and they do not know why they are there. Many people think it's just for themselves. My pastor has taught me something, and he even mentioned it yesterday, that many people think by being in a marriage, it's all about you. You are not doing this for me. I'm not doing this for you. It's all about you and me. But the moment you realize it's about me taking care of your cares, looking at what God wants you to be and what God wants you to be and helping you to become that, it becomes something that is building one another day in, day out. So this book will help many people, not only parents, but even individuals, even pastors, even leaders. Like there are things for national leaders or government leaders in this book. The problems we are having in our governments are sorted in this book. The problem we have in our society, he has even narrowed it down, and he has said the national problems we have began from the family. The father and the mother. The
basic unit.
The basic unit. The problem.
Is where it began.
The answer to everything.
Everything. Okay.
In fact, you guys, you should get this book for yourself.
All right.
It will answer. In fact, when you read this book, identity crisis is done. You don't need even to call me.
All right. That's interesting, especially because it's not yours. So, you know, you know how confident you are about that.
Yeah, I've written a book about becoming God's best.
All right.
There are certain aspects I've mentioned that are here, but not deep as they are here.
So this is highly recommended.
I recommend it 101%.
Where can people get the book?
You can get it on Amazon as well. You can get from me. I'll give my number, believe, towards the end of the show.
Sure.
And then you can order it. It's just 1,000 bob.
All right.
And then you get answer to everything. The questions that you've ever had, they are inside here. Answered inside here.
The answers. All right. That's a great one. Now, to some of the things that you have mentioned, and you have also read it out in part, you said we're in a generation that is more connected than ever before, yet people are lonely, you know, people are disconnected. We are connected, but people are very lonely. And that's true. Looking at social media, I believe that's what it means. We are, through globalization, like, we are very well connected.
Yeah.
But you find that there are many cases of depression, and you find many cases of suicide. And we can even, you know, it is an issue of identity crisis to a large extent. And for someone to get to a point where they feel like this life is meaningless, I don't think I'm needed anymore.
Yeah.
And you decide, let me just check out, let me just take my life. It's a problem of identity, you know. In as much as some mental health case, and we have championed for it, you know, against it right here, have had mental experts come in and you know, giving the expertise, but it is also a problem of identity crisis. Someone gets to a point where, like, this life I've lived, I don't see any point. Like, what have I done? You know. So talk to us about that.
It's so sad to find out that this generation has more suicidal cases, more than the previous generation. And it is sad even more to find out that these are young people. The confusion starts from the very beginning, where I have started by talking about you knowing who you are. Because understanding who you are will determine where you will be, the places you will go, the people you will entertain around yourself. I am not writing down the fact that there are so many people who have been in dire need for solutions because of the problems they have been. There are people who have been in very toxic relationships. Maybe they believed God that things will change, but things never changed. That was their only hope. But things never changed. But at the end of the day, I like telling people there is still hope. But unless you know who you are, you will never define and find meaning of life through other people. Because what people do to you is what you take in, and that's what makes you to feel there is nothing you can do out of this life. But the moment you know what you can do and what God has called you to do, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, you'll always have something to do. And there is always help. Many people are dying through depression and stress and mental health issues, and they want to commit suicide because they don't want to talk. Where are mentors? Where are pastors? Where are parents? It's important even for us to acknowledge the importance of mentors and coaches in life. Get someone to speak to. You are not Alpha and Omega. Even me, I have 3 kinds of mentors. I have a spiritual mentor who is my pastor. I have a life coach who mentors me about matters life. Of course, my pastor still does the same. And I have a career mentor. These are people I can talk to anytime in case I have something that is pressing me. But many people, let me tell you, people are feeling ashamed to speak about the problems they go through. So that positions you in a place of no help at all. There is somebody who said, a problem shared is a problem half solved. You get it? So I ask people, speak out. You could be stuck in a situation where you don't know what to do because you've exhausted all your ideas. You've exhausted all the thoughts you've ever had that this is a solution I can deploy. Get someone who can help you. That's why it's important to have someone in your life who knows more than you know. It's very important. But if you only have friends around you, at your level, you know the same things. Nobody is challenging one another to climb higher. There is somebody who said, we rise by lifting others. How can you lift someone and yet you are
the same level?
The same level. It's impossible. So young people, either young or old, speak out.
All right, speak out.
Speak out.
That's the solution.
And let me address this, Stephanie. There are so many podcasts. Everybody speaks, actually. When you go to TikTok, everybody speaks. The other day, I'm so sad to mention this. There are ladies who have been campaigning that a man is defined by how much he has.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That if you do not have money, you are not a man.
You're not man enough.
And many young people have fallen for that. Because they want to have significance, they have to look for money. That's why they do anything and everything. So this is what I have to say for mentors. Do not speak out of pain to guide people. Because there are people out here, people are regarding them as mentors, as coaches, but they are speaking from a point of pain.
Okay.
They are speaking out of wounds, not scars. They are not telling people the way they should go. They are hindering them
from going ahead.
Let me tell you, I never take advice from failures, no matter how old you are.
Okay.
Because even fools grow old. Because there are people who consider themselves that they have grown to a level of you can advise me, and yet you've taken a wrong direction. Experience is not the best teacher. Let me give a good example. Assuming I have a car that goes for 180 kilometers per hour, but I've been driving it for 180 kilometers per hour, that is a speedometer. But I've been driving it for 70 kilometers per hour for 30 years.
It doesn't, you haven't utilized.
I've not utilized the full ability of the car. But because I've driven it for 30 years, you consider me for someone who has experience. But yes, yet there is an ability of that car that has not been used. So if you only limit other people through what you have gone through, my friend, you are limiting other people from achieving their destinies.
Okay.
So there are mentors who are talking out of pain and assumptions, and you are misguiding people.
So it is also very important to know who you are following or who you choose as mentor.
You got it right. Everybody speaks. They speak things that are emotionally right, but not destiny right.
So how can one choose the right mentors? How do you...
Choosing the right mentors, first of all, is defined by where you want to go. I cannot want to be a consultant for governments and my coach or my mentor is a driver. Am I making sense? Yeah. You yourself, you are in this space. The best person to mentor you and coach you to grow into this space
someone who's
is not someone who is doing business in Karioko or in Gikomba. no matter how good they are to you. That's not the person. They are good people, yes, but that's not the best person. If you want to be a good football player, you don't take advice from spectators. Of course, spectators are good advisors. You could have shot the ball like this. You could have done that. They are very good people because they speak. And that's why many people are spectators. But you need someone who understands the game. Not someone who is talking from assumption. If you have someone who is speaking from assumption, you only limit yourself with that person. Okay. So getting a mentor means knowing where you are going and getting someone who is already there or someone who is heading there and they are ahead of you.
Right.
In those aspects of life: career, spirituality, and life.
And life, career, spirituality, and life. 3 key areas. Absolutely amazing. So many things to discuss on this particular topic, but we are pressed for time. So I will just let you say, if you were to give parting shot, what is it that you'd want to stick with our viewer today? This is your camera. You can speak directly to them, and then later you can share your social media handles or number.
Okay. Life is easy. It's not complicated. You could have gone through so many challenges in life, and you could have even given up at some point. But I want you to know it's not yet over until it's over. There is still hope for you. But the journey starts from you, first of all, accepting who you are and working on yourself. Working on yourself requires so many things. But unless you are intentional, you will never get there. There are 4 things I want you to work on from today going forward. Number 1, I want you to make a decision to become better than you were today. Make a decision to know your purpose. Make a decision to know your identity. Number 2, be intentional to do exactly what you are expected to do. Don't only focus on yourself. There are so many things which you can do, but if you only focus on your abilities and your experiences, you will be so much limited. Number 3, calculate the cost. What is the cost of becoming who you want to be? Does it mean you have to go back to school? Go back to school. Does it mean you have to change your friends? Then so be it. Does it mean you change your attitude? So be it. Does it mean you change the people who speak to you? So be it. And the last thing, finish whatever you started. Because many people have ideas, many people want to do so many things, they start it, but along the way, they never finish. And I want to finish by saying this. It is only in Christ where you will find out who you are and what you're living for. Unless you assume a God, the meaning of life you will never find. And I want to ask you, please find a mentor, find a coach, speak out. The problem you're facing, there is a solution for it. You only need to air it out. And that's how you'll begin living a successful life.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Gamaliel. Such incredible insights you have given. We hope to continue with this conversation.
Yeah, it's not yet over. It's
there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
How can people get you?
Yeah, you can get me on social media, Gamaliel Gerishom Malungu. And all social media handles. On TikTok, I go by Lead and Thrive with Gamaliel. Is where I shoot so many contents to help even discover yourself, lead as an individual. If you're a leader, because I know there are so many leaders out there who are in leadership position, but they have lost their identity completely. That's why you're leading people in a wrong direction. You can always get something for you. And you can reach directly to me, 0728 023 465. Let me take it again, 0728 023 465. Will be very much willing to walk this journey with you and help you live your best life.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Once again, I hope to have you soon. I hope you've taken a lot from this conversation. I sure have myself. Go out there and discover yourself. If you had lost identity, there is still hope. And, finish what you started. As he has said, never give up. Do not let fear control you. And do not bow down to pressure. Well, now we're going to put a stop on this particular conversation. But there is more. So do not go anywhere. Brian Sakwa is coming up with yet another interesting discussion. Take care.